Hi everybody, welcome to Tip Tuesday. This is your lifestyle approach to conquering all the issues that life has to throw at you. So today we are going to be jumping into the topic of anxiety and depression. And so basically what Tip Tuesday is I'm just going to be giving you a couple of tips to kind of incorporate into your lifestyle to help you manage these issues a little bit better. So the first thing that is really helpful when it comes to anxiety, depression, or any mental illness for that matter is exercise, getting lots of exercise. For depression, this can really elevate your mood, and for anxiety, this can really help you to de-stress. So I would highly recommend getting some exercise or just going on a walk or getting some fresh air and getting out of your house instead of just being cooped up all day. Exercise can really stimulate the body. It produces some endorphins that create serotonin, and these endorphins are neurotransmitters that can naturally relieve your stress and depression, and it's just a really great combination. So I would definitely recommend getting a lot of exercise. The second thing that you can do to incorporate into your lifestyle is eating healthy and well-balanced meals. Having a well-balanced diet is going to just provide you with a lot of energy and provide you with a lot of good foods that is going to be kind to your body, and it's going to help you mentally get through what you're going through. When it comes to a healthy diet, it is good to have a lot of fresh whole foods that can really fill up your plate. Also, when it comes to eating healthy and showing your body some love, I would also recommend to show your stomach specifically some love as well. Take some supplements such as a probiotic or any type of fermented food such as a yogurt, and this can really create a lot of healthy bacteria in your stomach, which is going to help with your digestive system and help you feel a lot better overall. Another thing when it comes to diet is dropping the sugar. Studies show that people who consume a lot of sugar in their diet are more affected by depression than others. So if it comes to just cutting out sugary drinks from your diet, or maybe cutting out that candy bar you have every day, I would highly recommend it because you will see a difference once you do this. I'll be the first to admit it, I am a huge coffee holic. I love going to Starbucks and getting my coffee. I love just having my coffee fix every morning because it really gives you that boost of energy. It starts out the day perfectly, and let's face it, coffee is delicious and amazing. But studies have also shown that this can really increase your heart rate and kind of give you the jitters, and it will really increase your anxiety if that is something that you struggle with a lot. So I would really suggest, if you are somebody that consumes a lot of caffeine, to try and slowly get away from the caffeine, because you will notice an extreme difference in your stress levels and your anxiety levels. The third thing that you need to do to conquering anxiety and depression is catching some Z's. So make sure you get a really great night's sleep. I would say try and aim for about 8 to 9 hours per night. You need to really make sleep a priority, because this is not only going to help you mentally but help you physically, and you're going to feel so much better if you have a great night's sleep. A lack of sleep can have an overwhelming effect on your mood, especially for those who are struggling with some sort of mental illness such as anxiety and depression. If you're somebody that experiences trouble falling asleep at night, I would recommend to incorporate some sort of nighttime routine. So for me personally, before I go to bed, I like to turn off the lights and just have my little starlights on in my room, so that way it's dim, but there's enough light so I can just do some reading and things like that. I would also recommend to shut down 1 hour before going to sleep, so stay off your phone, stay away from people, so that way you can just ease your mind into the sleeping mode. And once you do this for a while, your body's going to get used to your nighttime routine and automatically be able to click and say, oh, time for bed, let me start shutting down. Oftentimes when we are really stressed out or first experience a lot of anxiety or a bout of depression, sometimes we don't want to acknowledge the fact that we are struggling and that we are really stressed out, but a really great thing to do is to just acknowledge that you're stressed out and maybe not in the best place. I think that this is really good because you're able to kind of let out some of your emotions, and once you start talking about what's going on, I think it's really helpful to help you overcome those issues. So something you can do to de-stress and kind of wind down is some deep breathing. I would really recommend deep breathing. It's so great for relaxation and for lowering your pulse if you have really bad anxiety. So I would just recommend to lay down or sit in a very comfortable position and just focus on your breathing. Focus on breathing in very deeply and then breathing out. So two really great breathing techniques that I like to do. I'm going to show you some of the breathing techniques I like to do, and First of all, the great thing that's really great about breathing is that you can do it anywhere. If you're feeling anxious and you're in a car or you're in a building or you're in class, you can just do these breathing exercises anywhere, and it's really great. So the first one that you want to do is just breathing in for 4 counts and breathing out for 4 counts. It's a pretty basic standard breathing exercise. But if you want to focus more on like meditation and kind of just like finding your inner peace and de-stressing, one of my favorite breathing exercises is to breathe. I like to do it on a count of 8. So breathe in for 8 counts, hold for 2 counts after you've already breathed in as much as you can, and then breathe in even more. See if you can get any more air into your lungs, and breathe in more for 2 seconds, and then let it out for 8 seconds. Then hold for 2 seconds after you've let out all of your air. Then after you've held for 2 seconds, try and push out any last air for another 2 seconds. And I really like this one because it really helps me to de-stress and relax. Another thing you can do is utilizing some essential oils. If you have an essential oil diffuser, that would be really great to use. Use some lavender in that. It's really relaxing. Or even just getting some lavender lotion or lavender soaps and taking a nice bath is a really great way to de-stress. Also, just do what you love. Spend time doing the things that are going to distract your mind, whether it's, binge watching a really nice calming show on Netflix, or whether it's just, curled up in your bed with your dog and reading a book. Whatever distracts your mind and whatever you love to do, I would really recommend doing that because this can really help you mentally. The last thing I want to cover is I think it's really important for you to reach out and find support. Let people in. Tell people that you're having a hard time. Tell people that you are having a bout of depression or you're feeling really anxious. I think the worst thing you can do when it comes to anything mentally is isolating yourself. Because when you do this, you're able to kind of be more trapped within your mind, and you're able to be kind of almost controlled by your thoughts, and nobody is really there to help you if you're isolating yourself from everybody. So plan some time to spend with family or friends, or maybe have a couple people come over that you trust and you can talk about some things that are going on. Or even if you're having more of severe issues, you can even consider joining a support group. I think joining a support group is not only great because you're able to talk and let out some of your emotions, but you're also able to see that you're not alone and that so many other people are dealing with something that's very alike in what you're dealing with. And I think that's also a really important thing, is to remember that you are not alone in everything that you are going through. Another thing that I think would be really great is to get involved. Maybe if you like volunteering, go volunteer with a local humane society, or go volunteer with a food bank, or maybe you really like painting, so maybe get involved in a painting class, or things like that. Things can really distract you, but also get you to interact with others. So whatever you are going through, I just want you to know that this is only temporary and things will get better. I know that it seems like you have no idea when things are going to get better, like things are really hard right now, but I promise you things will get better. And I also think it's really important to evaluate yourself in your current situation and to know when it might be time to seek help or seek a professional opinion on things that you are going through. I think if what you are going through starts to affect your quality of life, then it may be time to evaluate the situation and get some professional help. So you have purpose, and just find purpose in your family and your friends and things that you love, and know that what you are going through right now is not going to be permanent. Your condition is not going to be your conclusion. So stay strong, keep your head up, and things will start to look up shortly. Thank you all so much for checking out this Tip Tuesday. Stay tuned for next week's Tip Tuesday, where I will be giving you another lifestyle approach to conquering all of your issues.